by 15 minutes, raspberrying Sophie's mom with her father's permission, and twerking. That's a lot less twerking than I was thinking I was going to have to do tonight. You guys, I'm stand-up comedianing at an improv show, and that makes you feel real self-conscious that I have the audacity to plan anything I'm going to say here tonight. What an asshole. So out of respect for the genre, I have planned absolutely no material for the next 15 minutes, and instead, I figured, you know, I've had a bit of a rough week, you guys. But before I get into that, as I say, it's an improv show. And I've never really done improv per se, but yes and has been my credo for every mushroom trip I've ever been on. Let's sit on that log. Yes and. Let's sit in that log. Yes and. That log's actually an oil drum. Yes and. They're shoving a dog in here. Yes. They're lighting it on fire. Yes and. Self-referencing. Yes and. Yeah, but seriously, I really respect the genre. I do. It is amazing just to fly by the seat of your pants. So for this joke, and this joke only, I'm going to combine it with some suggestions from the audience. So could someone, to start off my stand-up set, give me like a person, place, or thing, like a noun, anything? Let's hear it. No, that's fucking terrible. Let's hear it.
Fire station.
No, that's terrible. Can someone just yell heteronormativity to me? I think I heard heteronormativity somewhere around here. And can someone just, I'm looking for a movie genre, like musical or comedy, except not comedy, so...
Musical!
I think I heard heteronormativity again, that's enough. We're gonna go with I'm gonna go with heteronormativity, the musical. Alright, this is my rendition of the first song from Heteronormativity, the musical, if I can pronounce it. Starring Neil Patrick Harris, if I nail it right. Dad doesn't know that I'm singing up here, cause I got a baseball brain. What the hell's going on up there? You stop singing up there, you're a man. You have baseball practice in the morning. Sorry, Dad, that's the end of this musical, the shortest musical in the world. Heteronormativity. No, we're gonna be stars. Every one of us in this room someday. But not after this week, you guys. Some of us fell out of the race. Some of us are too depressed. Some of us had a bad week. I know, man. My nation's capital got attacked, and I'm moving. That's oh man, too soon, you guys. Too soon. I'm not going to talk about Ottawa too much, because if you say Ottawa one more time after this one, Stephen Harper gets to illegally tap in and listen to everything for quality assurance. So we're going to just go, this nation's capital. So this starts out with that topic, and only that topic. I have a friend over. As I said, I'm moving because my current apartment is infested with bugs, random holes in the wall, and wavy, dangerous flooring. It's basically like an early Legend of Zelda dungeon in there, and it's exactly equally as good as an early Legend of Zelda dungeon for getting girls back there. So absolutely nothing. My girlfriend is here tonight. That was a bad joke. I'm just kidding. When you reference Zelda, you have to obligatory follow-up. No, I've never seen a girl just without reading that. You guys, I have some plumbing issues. Obviously, some drywallers were in to plug the holes, to get the floors. 2 out of 3. The bugs I have to fend off with a sword. But they were in there, and like you want with any drywaller, they were slow, unattentive, and gave you world diplomacy issues rather than filling the fucking hole in your wall. Because all I said, as I referenced at the beginning, was my friend comes in, I have drywallers working like 2 rooms over, filling a hole on my drying machine, and I go, how about what happened in Ottawa today? And that is all I said, Stephen. Don't worry, you're gonna not want to tap into this, man. There's Macaulay Culkin jokes coming up later. I don't know, it's like Home Alone stick in, but you don't have a personality, so... These drywallers were just waiting for someone to be like, hey, let's start Crossfire with all white people in this room right now. That's what's gonna get stuff going. So I say, how's Ottawa going? Like, my friends from Ottawa, I'm like, how do you feel? Like, that's crazy what's going on. And I'm not even kidding. There was only one of the 2 drywallers sawing already, and the one who wasn't was like, I got this. No. you know, and this is within like 2 hours of it happening. We don't know anything about what's happened at all, and this guy's, you know how I take care of ISIS? He just walks out like a 4'11" like Napoleon with a contractor's license. You know how I take care of ISIS? And he stops and he's like, come here. I'll tell you a little secret about ISIS here, you know, and I'll tell you how to get out of this drywall later. He says, and he paused, and he said, women and children, I don't care. Shh, wipe the slate clean over on that side. Just drop on it. And he said it like, he said this after the opening joke of like, I was in the kitchen, he was like, you're gonna make us breakfast? Like, he was really killing it that morning. I would sign him to open for me right now, but he's like, what time is the show? I can show up between 9 and 12, or 3 and 3:30, so I don't know when the show is. It's going to be really inconvenient for anyone who's hosting it. And he goes, no, let's just drop the ball on everyone. He says, give me 1 week at the controls, and I would take care of it. I'm like, dude, that sounds like a one-day job, what you're talking about. And as a typical plumber, I'm not going to get fooled into a one-day job being charged for 7 weeks, buddy. So that's not going to work. And that's when he got corrected. His other friend, who's doing all the work, obviously, comes in and he's like, that's an idiotic idea. And I agree. So let's hear his now, because he's going to one-up him. He says, no. ISIS, to take care of them, you take those pigs with Ebola. And you dump those pigs with Ebola in the Middle East and let Ebola take care of ISIS. And I'm like, wow, if you used Renee Zellweger's new face, you could have used every Facebook trending topic to solve everything. Find out a Jimmy Fallon sketch to work into that, and you are great. And you guys should figure out how to hold one of the 2 holes in my wall before solving everything that's wrong with the world ever today. So that was my week. My name's Paul Henry Murphy, you guys. I'm just reminding you guys that because I know what you're thinking. Those are the plainest, whitest, most ridiculously forgettable names I've already totally blown out the window right now. And that's okay, because my plain, unforgettable 3 names go perfectly with my plain, unforgettable white person face. Like I'm wearing. You know how it is? You know what I look like, you guys? If I didn't have this like dime store beard that I slapped, I got it at a Halloween shop. I actually, without this, I look like some guy got stoned in his college dorm room, decided, hey, I haven't played NHL 2001 on my PlayStation for a while. I think I'm going to go into creative player mode, change absolutely nothing, and hit save. Yeah, that's picture perfect. Thanks for naming me Default 1, Dad. Nothing whiter than a default hockey player in a video game. I'm half Irish, half EA Sports Syndicate. Yeah, no, that's great. I look like the tale of Pinocchio retold in modern times, except instead of an Italian puppet, I'm a mannequin from J. Crew. I just wished upon a sail and became a real yuppie. I'm having a tough time now, and it's like, tonight I was like, what do you wear? What kind of duds do you wear to a fancy establishment like the Black Swan's upper annals? And I'm just like, my favorite, yellow cotton t-shirt and brown khaki pants. Wait, buddy, your hair is thinning and you're really plain and white. You're gonna look like seasonal depression Charlie Brown. So, just stop it, buddy. I checked on Paul for like a welfare check. Snoopy died 2 years ago, and he's just been ranting ever since. Miss that many field goals and you'd be a bit bitter. Just hold the football in place, damn it. You guys, I am the like 6th whitest thing of all time, according to Time magazine, but to be fair, they're the 5th whitest thing, so I'm really 5th. There's only 4 things plainer and more fundamentally white than I am, and that is the high five. The missed high five. God damn it, aim for the elbow, Morty, or this golf tournament's going down the pits! And of course, amalgamating lists that white people like this one, is the number 2 whitest thing of all time. And the whitest thing of all time, of course, is the phrase, what do you have on tap? What do we have on tap today? This is not a Rick Rizzy, guys. We just ran out of branding glasses. It's alright. The feeling is, I'm in the entertainment industry. I work on tables fun. They just picked up my ale. This is the Paul Henry Murphy ale. It's just like me. Extremely pale, bitter, and banned from every family gathering due to a high alcohol content. Delicious. And I told that last week in front of half of my Irish family.
Yeah.
And half of that half Irish family probably remembered. It's okay. They're either drinking or they're running, and I'm pretty sure those marathoners are running away from the drinking. So I got it down to a science, you guys. Just feel guilty about something. Guilty that you didn't run, or guilty that you didn't drink. That's alright, you guys. It's okay. I think I'm getting a little negative. It's just I'm so used to being so average, just passable, not showing off, not falling behind. Even in school, you guys, my report cards from kindergarten all the way through university, exact same. Just overwhelmed with B's. Like Macaulay Culkin at the end of My Girl.
There it is.
There you go. How about it? There's 3 My Girl fans in the room, and the rest of you don't like family comedies in the 90s that ended in B murder. Well, it's like the director had some sort of issue. He's like, who's the hottest kid in the world? Macaulay Culkin. I saw him at Home Alone, and I had a problem with it. He survived all those criminals' attacks. I think what really people need is to see him littered with bees. I think people are like, I liked Home Alone, but I thought that Kevin McAllister kid really had it coming by the end. He can't fend off murderous house burglars with just action figures and a cardboard cutout of Michael Jordan. But you could back in the 90s, you guys, you could. Kevin McAllister, Macaulay Culkin, that was a dead era for kids. That's back when children were men. You know what I mean, you guys? Nowadays, you guys, you kids, you 2014 kids, these post-millennials, what do we even call ourselves anymore? We got like 17 things, but whatever comes after us is terrible. I'm sorry to get better, but seriously, you guys, they're more concerned with their pumpkin spice Ariana Grandes than anything else. I think I'm saying that right. Or butchering that purposely. I know what both those things are. They're 2 of my favorite things that I send my girlfriend to get me the latest Ariana Grande and the latest pumpkin spice. Meet me around the corner. I've got branding to concern myself with. Well, you guys, let me tell you this. They don't make them like Macaulay Culkin. They just don't, you guys. You leave a kid home alone at 8 years old on Christmas Eve. His parents don't tell him anything. His power is out. There's 2 murderous criminals at his doorstep. You can't do that nowadays without getting social services involved, you know? You just can't. Not back in the day when you just grinned and bared it. That's what's wrong with you guys. I was in the grocery store next to a guy, next to a person, and like, can I butt in? That looks like a really good burger you're cooking. Mind if I see that? If you cut in on someone illegally, even if they're proposing to someone, they have to let you in. It doesn't matter what it is. If you just, mind if I cut in? That's all you need to do. I've seen the movies, you guys. I'm up to speed. But anyways, I was buying this kid in the grocery store, if you can believe it. I'm the kind of guy who's always like, I need groceries today, and I'm like, I need groceries every day. I'm not doing a full job. I just go into total blackout. And I'm just like, I like to play a game after the grocery store that goes like, what the fuck happened back there? You ever get that thing where you're so drunk from the night before you just wake up half clothed in bed and you wonder how the night ended and all the guilt, you know you just made some bad decisions? That's how I feel when I exit Longo's every day. And just what happened back there, I spent $125 and all I have is quinoa, asparagus, and some envelopes. You can get one of those chachi chefs from Chalk to make something, not let alone MacGyver. You have some paper clips, tapioca, and some taco mix. We'd like you to make an eclectic dessert for 5 people. Who is this monster? It's a 26-year-old male with absolutely no idea. Anyways, I'm going to end on my friend that I'm behind the grocery store with. His name, let's just call him Caden, because who isn't named Caden born after 1997? It's either Aiden, Braden, Jaden, Caden, or Finn, and I'm tired of all of them. Caden was a douchebag in his larva stage. He was a training bro. A douche pouch. Not big enough for a douchebag. He couldn't carry that much douche. This guy had a pinstripe fedora at 8 years old, sunglasses inside, and his own iPad being threatened to be taken away from him by his mother. And I just don't want to live in one of those worlds anymore, you guys. The one where a 7-year-old Caden can have his own iPad, and yet it's made by 7-year-old Chao Tzu over in China for 2 cents an hour. That's all. It's like you guys can tweet about how offensive that joke is after. You know who made it. That's why my eyes are wide open, you guys. Stay woke. I make sure every iPod I've ever bought is made in a sustainable sweatshop environment by cage-free, farm-fresh kids. I eat clean, you guys, and I certainly tweet clean. Because I'm done with my 100-hour vegan diet knowing exactly the same locally mineralized products were made by the person who has a better resume than me, working for 3 Fortune 500 companies before they're 12. I'm operating a Twitter account, I have a communications degree, and I'm making exactly 0% of what he is. Some people call that a travesty at the UN. I call what they're doing over in China go-getter attitude that's going to be middle management running my ass by the time their super sweet 16 comes around, if I can pronounce it. Before I eat this microphone, I'm going to drink the rest of that beer and get your host back on the stage.
I'm just gonna plug it up.
In key. Dare.
Oh, that's my thing.
If it turns, you know it's gonna be a little twisted. Give someone a raspberry in the audience.
Yeah! Who's getting razzed?
Who do I feel safe with?
It's like, how many sleepovers have you ended up raspberrying your mom? Truth. Oh, it's mine again. Okay. What dumb thing were you self-conscious of as a teen?
Ooh.
Okay.